I'm Kelly, the manager of the kayak department at Economy Tackle Dolphin Paddlesports.
And you don't really want to be on camera.
Correct.
Okay. and yet here you are.
Here I am.
All right, so where are we and who are you guys?
Okay, we're at Economy Tackle Dolphin Paddlesports. My name is Samantha.
I'm Kelly.
What are we doing here today?
We are having a day of seminars. So earlier we had the U.S. Coast Guard with Zach Tapp, and then we had Chris Linder, who is our Hobie First Cast, and then we had Matt Avery with Baitshark.
Oh, great. That sounds super interesting, especially the last one.
It is our best-selling live well.
Yeah.
The best-selling live well. Great. All right.
For kayak fishing.
For kayak fishing. We're trying to get the word out there, and I really appreciate you guys inviting me down there. Now, I would like for you guys to tell me a little bit about Economy Tackle Dolphin Paddlesports, because it does have a bit of a storied past. I mean, it's been here for how long, and how did it get started, and how did you get involved with it?
It has been here since 1948.
Ooh-wee.
Family-run business. I have been here for almost 9 years.
And I've been here for about 4 years. On and
4
off.
years. And how did you come to be here, Sam?
Actually started during COVID. So
Yes.
I was a kayak guide out on Lido Park, and they had
Okay.
shut down because of COVID, and they were still open because they had shrimp, so it was considered vital
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah. So I
Yes.
walked in one day, and someone recommended that I come here. Walked in one day, talked to Mark, talked to Al, and got a job.
And there you are.
Loved it.
I kind of loved that part of COVID when they said bait shops were critical business or
yeah.
whatever. I was like, I don't know how to decide this. When they did that, I was like, yes,
We sold
you
a lot
know.
of kayaks though then, so I really wanted to be outside. It was a great thing.
And you can be solitary in a kayak, you know, not next to anybody, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, that was like a mental refuge during those days. I mean, those were dark days for everybody. So you're a kayak guide. So you are a fishing guide, or you teach people how to kayak, or you?
Just kayak, yeah. Just
Okay. It's like and do you sort of do eco tours or something like that? Trying to find dolphins and manatee and
yeah, manatees
things like
are
that.
a big one, but yeah, try to tell other things, like share about the mangroves, the history of the area, history, ecology, things like that.
Okay. Is it okay if I lean into that a little bit, because I love hearing the history of the area and mangroves and everything else. Like I always wanted to be more of like the, I don't know, conservationist guy and biologist guy. I enjoyed that stuff. But tell me something interesting that you would tell your clients if you're out on the kayak. Like how many varieties of mangroves are there actually, or something like that?
There's 3 variety of mangroves, or main ones, and then some people say that there's 4 because they include the buttonwood, which is a cousin of the white mangrove. So, but you have the red, the black, and the white. But most of the time, what people see out there or notice are the red mangroves.
Red mangroves. And if I find like a kayak tunnel, is that red mangroves? Kayak tunnel, mangrove tunnel. Mm-hmm. That's.
Most of those, yeah, they have the prop roots, so they're sitting up. But as you go further back into the mangroves, or even through those tunnels, you'll start to see like the black ones, like with their.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Lay something else on it. Something random.
So recently we just had Midnight Pass that opened. That's got some great history. So that was a passage that used to be open. You could find it on old maps. And it would slowly fluctuate over a 3-mile area over 100 years. But then when they, the Army Corps of Engineers came in and they dredged that area, that's when it started to change and it shifted a lot faster. And that's where you had the closing of the passage, but originally it was closed by 2 homeowners in that area. So they closed the passage, but they also told, and the county allowed them to do that only because they said they would dredge it further south. Unfortunately, that continued to close on its own. So it's been this big debate as to whether or not they wanted to reopen it throughout the years, and I think that happened in the 80s. And then just with the last hurricane, was it Hurricane Milton or Hurricane Helene?
It opened up a little bit in Helene, and people were out there with buckets trying to keep it open. Then,
So the faction that wanted Midnight Pass open, and where exactly is Midnight Pass? I'm not familiar.
So that is between Siesta Key and Casey Key.
Okay. Okay.
and Milton opened it.
Milton opened it.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it
Milton
also-
did a lot of stuff for me, but not stuff that I wanted.
Right.
Unfortunately, us too.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
How long? I think I had talked to you shortly after that, maybe on email,
I think
Kelly.
so, yeah.
Right. So how long were you guys out of business here or shut down here?
So we had no no power for, I think it was maybe 7 to 10 days. So we kind of had the door open if people needed to come in and get something.
Yeah.
As far as inside, primarily batteries, and flashlights.
Batteries and flashlights were the big seller during,
Correct.
that makes
So
sense.
A couple people trickled in, and then once we got our power back on, then we were up and running. We did lose our whole outdoor kayak showroom here.
Okay.
So we kind of slowly pieced everything back together and got a new roof and kind of a new layout of how we have things, so everything's kind of open and clean and welcoming to anyone who wants to come
Okay,
in
so
and take a look at
before,
those.
so you have Milton to thank for the new paint job back here.
We painted the back a couple years prior, but we have Milton to thank for the whole new roof.
Whole
and
new
all the
roof.
new racks.
Lighting.
And
New
lighting,
lighting.
yeah.
Lighting.
It
yeah.
does. It looks great back here. I'll have to say.
Thank you.
So.
Which is great to show off our new kayak lines that we
Oh yeah. Oh, do you want to show me a new kayak?
Yeah.
Show it to me.
Well, we've got the native line now as
Okay.
well.
All right.
Native Bonafide. It's the Bonafide XTR. Comes with
Yeah.
a motorized or motor,
Yep.
electric motor.
So ironically, like I'm probably doing more advertisement than for Bonafide than for Baitshark, because every single shop I go to is like, oh, we got the new Bonafide.
All right.
Yeah,
But
so they
this
love
would
it.
be perfect for the Baitshark. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could do
Perfect.
for this. You could do one on each side.
Attach it.
Do one on each side, right?
Yeah,
Like
one on each side.
you would
We're
never
gonna
know it's
one
back there.
For this seat, and then if they buy the additional seat,
One
you
for
have
that one?
another
Another
up
one.
front as
Right.
well. So-
I agree. I could not agree more. I think that's a very, I think it's a very good observation. Two at a time.
Two at a time.
Two at a time.
You know, 'cause you don't want to have to talk to this person to get you bait because they're probably too busy fishing. So
That's right.
this person sits up here.
Good observation. So, how are these going? This Bonafide, how is it going for you guys? Or is this is brand new, right?
Yes.
We just got it last
Okay.
week.
Yeah, they're
Just got it last
really
week.
only a week old.
Yeah.
So-
Really only a week. Okay,
Yeah.
so
We'll
okay,
see.
great.
Hopefully they'll start moving good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else, like is there another particular model out here that you would want to point out that's really popular, especially for fishing, or is it like personal choice like firearms? I mean,
It is personal choice. Obviously, we have the Hobie pedal drives, which are pretty popular for fishing.
Mm-hmm.
The Lynx is the big one. So
please do not climb on this display. Has that been a problem? People climb.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was a little surprised to see that, but all right.
Yeah.
I will not climb on the display.
Yeah. The Lynx.
What do you want me
Yeah. Tell me what you like about the Lynx.
Pedal drive here.
Do you
with the-
use this for? You're just still doing your guide service, right, Sam?
Yeah, well, no, I don't guide anymore. I just
Oh, okay.
work here. I've done some guiding, yeah, kind of offhand on my own.
Okay.
But I have taken the links out. I like it because I have an SUV, so they're lightweight, they're easy to stack. So me and my
Oh.
boyfriend will go out, so we'll stack two on top of that and be able to tie it down. But it's super easy, quick to set up. It's got forward and reverse. It's maneuverable. You can stand on it, so that's great even when you're
See the-
fishing. So you can look down in the water, or if you just want to take a break from sitting and you want to paddle around.
That's
little
the
bit too,
forward
it's
and
nice.
reverse lever thing.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't seen that, I mean, I've seen it before, but not everyone has seen the that feature of the pedal drive, or might not know about
Even
it.
as a kayak guy, like I used to love to stand up on my kayak itself.
Right.
So being able to just have one that functions both for sitting while you're kayaking or
Right.
pedaling, and then
Right.
be able to stand up in it too, because you miss all those things when you're just sitting down low. So to be able to stand up and to see
Right.
down, yeah, it's neat.
Right.
We've got beautiful waters here in Sarasota. So
Yeah. I was out yesterday on the demo one, but it was a little dicey, a little choppy, and I was like, no, I'm not even gonna try to stand up. Now I did, when I tried the 360, I was like, I tried a little bit on that. I was like, oh yeah, this thing's a tank. I just know but that thing's 125 pounds.
But like,
So-
even with this, we've got rod holders that are here, but like most people, a gentleman I talked to yesterday mentioned with the bait buckets, it's like they take up so much room. Here with that Baitshark, you could just toss it off the side, pull it along, and
Right.
you can move, because you want to be able to kind of shift around while you're doing things, whether you're reaching for a rod or some other tackle,
Yeah.
then you have room to do and then
It's-
your bait bundle's just off on the side.
Yeah, it's not on the kayak, it's not in the way. I really appreciate you guys carrying my product. So Economy Tackle is now my longest dealer. Not the first dealer, you're the second dealer. The first dealer was Discount Tackle. They don't carry my product anymore because they got out of kayak. So Economy Tackle is actually been the Baitshark dealer the longest, and they're
And we're happy to have it.
thank you.